Hello lovelies, you are welcome back again to my channel, and in today's video I'll be showing you how I made this beautiful Ankara neck piece. If this sounds like what you love, kindly watch to the end and don't forget to subscribe and comment and also share this video. Let's get started. If you have been following my videos, you would have noticed that this was the fabric I used in making my skirt, my Ankara skirt. If you haven't watched it, kindly do. So this is more like the leftover from the skirt that I made. It's actually a patch fabric I created some times ago. So I will just be cutting out strips from this leftover fabric. It's another way to recycle your leftovers. It will definitely not be enough to sew a full cloth. Then I decided to make a neck piece with it. I didn't really take the measurement of the strips because it's more like using my eyes to judge it. So now I have like a kind of uniform fabric. I will just be, folding it into that way. But when I took the measurement, like the width of the strips, it was about say 6 inches. So meaning it's like 3 inches on fold. So I was able to get like maybe 6 or 7 strips with different length, which is totally fine. When I was done cutting out the strips, I ensured they were really straight because I wanted something very nice. I grabbed my iron and I folded it into two. Then I gave all the strips a good press. So as you can see, I folded it into two. I did it for all the strips. When I was done ironing everything, I set them aside. Then I grabbed my lining. I used a black lining, and the color of your lining is totally dependent on you, but I think black is very okay. So what I did was to fold into four this way. I folded it this way because I don't want to waste my fabric. Okay, so I just used like one corner of my lining to create this. So the way I folded it is just as if you want to cut your 360 degrees flare, or some people call it circle flare. So I folded it, and if you are not sure of the quantity of fabric to use, I'll be dropping a link in the description box on how to know the quantity of fabric to fold for your circle flare. So when I was done folding into four this way, I just gave it a good press so that it will, stretch out. Then I took my neck measurement, that's my round neck measurement. I divided it by 6.28, which I marked at the upper part of this fabric. Then I also determined how long I wanted my cape or my neck piece to be. Then I also, marked it out, and that's why I have this cut out. So when I was done cutting this piece out, I needed to also cut out a similar or fabric that will serve as a lining. Okay, so I placed it on my lining again, just the same way, but you can actually do it in a way that you can have two pieces cut out. I also have the tutorial on this channel. Okay, but if not, you can cut out one first, then later place it again on the lining to cut out the second part. It's quite easy. But if you don't understand, like I said, I will just be putting a link of how I made the circle flare skirt. It's just the same pattern, but this is for the neck, so I didn't make it too big. Now that I am done cutting out the two pieces, I will just be making it even. It's like this because I didn't cut the two at once, so I just cut out the excess. Then I went ahead to stitch all the way. but I'll be leaving like about 3 inches opening, just as you see me do, and I'll be turning inside out. The essence of this is for me to hide the seam, okay? So when I was done doing that, I then closed the opening, and when you are doing that, you need to fold it in so that it will look very neat. When I was done doing all the stitches, I went ahead to give it a good press, and I ensured that I used my fingers to bring out all the hidden parts, because you really need it to be flat, okay? So this is how it looks after ironing. This part of this tutorial is more like eye judgment. So what I did was to grab my chalk, and as you can see, I'm creating those lines, and this totally depends on you and depends on the fabric you have. If you want this design to be very full, you can create like 4 or 5 lines, but because I wasn't so sure of the quantity of fabric I will use, I just created like 3 lines like this, okay? And the measurement in between is like 1 inch, though I didn't measure it, but looking at it, it looks like 1 inch apart. If you are not very sure, you can make use of your measuring tape to mark out the lines and also determine how wide apart you want the lines to be. So here I just went ahead to top stitch the neck part of the cape so that it relaxes well. So when I was done top stitching the neck part, I began to attach my strips onto the black lining. As you can see, I was pleating it, but if you are not sure how neat your pleats will be, you can go ahead to first of all mark out the measurements of your pleats or how wide you want your pleats to be. You can take 4 inches or 5 inches or 6 inches, and again it also depends on the quantity of your fabric. But I didn't do that. I could just pleat and I judged with my eyes, and yeah, it came out well. So I will really explain what I did here because I lost a clip. Kindly listen carefully. I did the last part of this pleat on the other side of the black lining because I wanted to turn it to the other side so that the stitches will be hidden. I don't know if I'm making sense. These were the first 2 pleats I made, but the third one was behind because I wanted to turn it to the other side. Just watch what I did here. I did the third pleat on the other side of the lining. Now I am turning it to face the, should I call it the right side now? The essence of this is to hide the stitches around the neck. As you can see, the neck is looking very uniform because I didn't place it the way I placed others. So if you want to do yours, depending on how many steps you want, you can do maybe say 5 steps. So you do 4 on one side, then do 1 on the other side. So when you do it, you will then flip it over, then use your hot iron to iron it flat, just as you see me do. I hope I was able to explain that part. But if you don't understand what I did, I actually did this video live. So you can go to my live session part on this channel and you will see everything I did. Okay, so when I was done ironing flat, this was what I got. But you know, sometimes it will still want to come up, like it may not really be very flat. So what you do, you can grab your fabric glue, your UHU glue can do well, your B6000 glue can also do well, but to me it was even looking flat this way. But I went a little extra to apply my fabric glue this way, just on the neck side. I'm okay with the other 2 steps to make it relax more. So I just you don't need so much glue, just place apply little glue just the way I'm doing, then you allow it glue down, so that way it's gonna stay like that. So when I was done, it was now time to close that opening because of course you will need to close it so it doesn't fall off from your neck. For me, I just attached my press button, although I didn't show it, but I just attached my press button like that. Okay, so with that you are good to go. But if you don't have a press button, you can use your velcro or you can use your hook and eye, and you are good to go. So this is the outcome of my neckwear or my neck piece. For those that react to jewelries, then this is a good alternative. You can see it is matching with my skirt and it is very, very unique. If you found this video helpful, kindly give it a thumbs up, and if you are yet to subscribe, please do. Don't forget to like, comment and share this video. See you all in my next one. Bye.